Yo, it's 24SevenTV. We're doing this 24/7. You're done now already. What are you saying, sir?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. You know what I mean? I'm excited about this interview. You know, we've got like a really exciting artist.
Because what we like to do up here, we bring the legends up, but we also like to bring through the emerging talent, man. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about. Isaiah Dreads is in the building.
What's going on? You're right.
Yeah, man. Where you from?
Dorset originally, like
Dorset
down south.
originally, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So you're based London now?
Yeah, only like 3 weeks ago though.
Oh, right, okay.
Oh, really?
So yeah.
How are you finding the capital?
It's very convenient.
Yeah,
like it's so much better being like closer to everything. I just like it. Where I lived before, it was very quiet. It's a nice place to live, but I think now it's got to the point where I kind of need to be in a place like London just to kind of.
So like your Z Dot's new signing.
Yeah.
Signed to his new label.
Yeah, 101.
Yeah. How did you link up with him?
Yeah.
Me and Zed were talking for like five years maybe, and just talking normally really, but then I put on my fire in the booth, and we just never works really, but I put on my fire in the booth, and he was just like, let's get in the studio.
Wicked.
So we did, and the first session we made like 3 or 4 songs, and then like the second session made like another 3 songs, and it just like instantly.
The chemistry.
Yeah, it was a really good chemistry, and from there we've been working, and that was probably like a year and a half ago now.
So how many songs have you crafted, do you think, in that time?
Ooh,
Fair?
I don't know. Every session's crazy. Every session's good. It's always good work with Zed, which is good. But
what I love about Zed is he's a guy that he doesn't he works with some of the biggest artists in UK music right now. Yeah. But he also can spot amazing talent coming through.
He's really good at that.
We need the UK scene needs people like that. Yeah. To find people like yourself. You understand what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. I think there's a lot of hidden gems in the UK.
Of course,
which nationwide as well.
Yeah. I think people only wanna concentrate on the people with like 1 million views. Yeah. And there's some kid in, I don't know, Birmingham somewhere with 800 views on a freestyle who's like proper sick. So it's like sometimes you just need to kind of go out your way to look for those kind of people. But
we need people like Zed, the A&Rs and
exactly.
That kind of
Yeah.
How does it feel to actually be signed? Because a lot of guys are independent out here. How do you feel the difference is actually being signed to a label, man?
I don't think there's that much difference. I mean, I'm working the same as I did before, but I've got a really good team around me who kind of see my vision. And I think that really helps. So yeah, in that respect, it is a lot different because before I didn't really have that. Okay. But yeah, it's good.
You're ready. But so lyrically, what are you talking about? What makes you kind of stand out from everyone else that's doing their thing?
I think coming from the place I come from, Dorset, it's just a bit of a weird place, to be fair. Like,
is that near Bournemouth?
Yeah.
It's like further down.
Because I do a lot of shows in Bournemouth, man. So
I see.
So Dorset is like, okay, all right.
So where I live is like another maybe like 45 minutes down from Bournemouth.
Right, okay.
But it's a very quiet place. But I think that allowed me to talk about a lot of different things, like, because I got to see the scene from like the outside. A lot of the other rappers were like and they knew people who knew the rappers, and it was kind of very involved for them. But I was just looking in from the outside, watching Channel U and listening to pirate radio stations. And
so can we just take it back? Like sort of growing up in them areas is like would you say like sort of the street culture that you would find in urban cities like London, Birmingham, Manchester? Is it big down there, or is it, would you have like loads of kids hanging around a bus stop all spitting? And...
No. When I started, not at all. And even now, not really. Like, there's people who do it, definitely, and they're sick. But I remember when I first started, it was a very weird thing to a lot of people. Not rap, but just grime. Yeah. But I think it was just the internet and Channel U for me. Yeah. Like, it was those two things. It was MySpace and Channel U. Yeah. Wow. So...
You don't look old enough to know what MySpace was.
I was young, but I loved it. I loved it.
Who was the artist that kind of inspired you to start picking up the mic then and penning bars?
When I was young, I used to listen to like Bashi, a lot of Chip, Fuming.
Shout out to Fuming, man.
Paid in Full Volume 1, the mixtape. That was one of my favourite mixtapes.
Yeah, I haven't seen Fuming for a minute, man. Big up Fuming.
But yeah, a load of people like Nasty Crew, Criminal.
So it's more grime kind of thing that you use.
Yeah, but I grew up on loads of stuff. I grew up on a lot of like rock and reggae and soul. I grew up on a mix, but in terms of grime, like I think growing up, I was always like, wow, that's crazy.
Incredible energy. So in terms of like your album and stuff you're working on, your EPs and stuff like that, musically, is it a straight grime, esky kind of sound, or is it something that's a bit more musical? How you kind of, what's kind of the angle musically?
For me, my main thing is I don't want to be a grime artist or a hip hop artist.
I just want to be an artist.
Yeah, exactly. And I just want to have fun with whatever I make.
Yeah.
Whether that's house or pop or whatever. Like if I'm having fun, I'm happy. So it's like, I just like experimenting at the moment. But the first EP, Lone Wolf, which is out now, that was like mostly grime.
Okay.
Second EP's coming soon, and that's like a mix of things. But yeah, I'm just having fun in general. So
that's the most important.
Yeah,
you know
definitely.
what, you got to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Because I think sometimes you can do one genre, and then it kind of just becomes boring, and you're just doing it for the sake of it. Like, and I find that when I used to do mostly hip hop, like I started with grime, but I went through a stage where I was only doing hip hop, and like I was enjoying it, but it got to a point where I was like, I want to try something else.
I love that. I'm the same, to be honest, because I started on the hip hop thing, but then I've always been going to drum and bass. That was my music to go out and have fun to and party to, and then I just naturally started writing to drum and bass. And now these days, if I do a load of drum and bass, I kind of miss the hip hop thing, and it gives me a fresh vibe when I come back to it.
That's exactly like me. Yeah. So it's just about switching it up in the right times, I think. But yeah.
Definitely. So is there anyone that you would love to work with? Like, you know, say this EP's done now, your next EP, you know, you've got Zed who can pick up the phone. Yeah. Yeah, we're sending a message out. We're sending a message out to you, Zed.
There's a few people I want to work with at the moment, to be honest. Like one of them's Shaka.
Do you know what?
He's one of my favourite artists in the UK.
So sick.
Georgia Smith, Kojo Funds. There's a load of people, but I want to work with people that aren't in the genre I do currently. So it's like a bit different from what I do.
Yeah.
So
they're bringing something else to the table, kind of thing. And it's a mad that'll be a mad creative process in the studio, working with people that don't kind of do what you do.
Because it'd be cool for me as well, and I'm sure it'd be different for an artist who doesn't make grime to work with someone who does.
Of course, man.
So it's that kind of thing, but yeah.
Well, best of luck with what you're doing. Obviously, there's a lot of MCs out there, and because you've come from a different place outside of one of the big cities, it's not Birmingham, it's not London. What would you kind of your advice be to, say, another MC who's like basically country man in the middle of nowhere, but has got those skills and has got that desire that you had?
Yeah.
What advice would you give them of how to sort of
call Zed?
Success?
Call Zed. Yeah, Zed on Twitter.
Call Zed.
I think just we're living in a time where the internet is
everybody's accessible, man.
Our best resource. Like just use that to like the best you can. Like Twitter, YouTube, but like YouTube's one click away from uploading a video and showing the world what we've got. The same with Twitter, so just do that, like, and experiment with as many genres as you can, just to see what you think's best for you. But yeah,
wicked. Brother. You know what? It's an absolute pleasure to have you here. I'm sure we're going to be seeing a lot more of you.
Well, what I'd like to do is, because you know what I mean, it's all about bars as well. Next time, come and do a freestyle.
Yeah, 100%.
That'd be great to have you do a freestyle, man.
Yeah. Nice.
Brother, great to meet you.
Thanks for having me.
Best of luck with the EP.
Absolute pleasure.
Thank you.
Definitely.
See you soon. Isaiah Dread's in the building.